Sometimes you just don't want to do the normal, you want to do something a little bit special. And as such, I'm going to advise you on 5 weird but wonderful indie games. Let's have a look right now. Okay, number 5, and not something I ever thought I would play, but Butter and Friends, the babysitter sim. Yeah. It's a point-and-click adventure based in one room where you are trying to babysit a child, which is some sort of confectionery, or edible, and you have to save him from all sorts of stuff, like bank robbers, and eagles, aliens, and your only sort of mechanic is picking him up and clicking on enemies to fight them off once they've nabbed the child. It's ridiculous. It's completely stupid. I mean, it took me a little while to get used to it, but it's probably good for maybe 20 minutes. After that, you're just going to be bored. I mean, it does add other children, which are like Brussels sprouts and whatever else into it, but no. You might not want to play it for too long. I had a lot of fun with it for a minute. It's good to watch people struggle. It starts to get really hectic. And the variety of things trying to steal butter from you is quite amusing. But I mean, the timer just seems to take forever. I don't think I actually managed to complete it once in the whole time I played it, and I spent nearly an hour on this bloody thing. It's quite funny though. It's good for what it is. So if you fancy babysitting Butter and his friends, check that one out if you fancy it. Number 4. Now this one rates a little bit higher for me. It's one of my personal favourite finds because this is such a special game. It's one of those really sort of original mechanics that I love finding. So after going deep into a dungeon and being romanced by a necrodancer, or necromancer, the necrodancer has to fight her way through the dungeons, which you procedurally unravel to the beat, and you've got to fight, move and activate things to the beat. Listen to the music, it's great. So it's you versus the dancing enemies with I think they're sort of procedurally generated as well, so no playthrough should be the same. I love it. I love the rhythm to it. You can turn it off if it's not your type of bag and you just want to play a more sort of structured dungeon crawler. It's one of those roguelikes, or roguelite, I don't know, I never know which one it is. An original adventure set to some original beats. I highly recommend this one, it's good fun. Number 3, and I'm not going to lie to you and say this is a particularly good game, but it is weird and it is quite funny to play with friends. Fluster Clock, which I won't get wrong, is just so weird. It's like a battle arena slash I just don't know. You're an alien that abducts cows and puts them in a machine which turns them into chickens. And chickens are good, cows are bad. And you're fighting to be the best employee, I believe, by gathering the most cows from said arena. I mean, that's it really. It's not particularly great handling, I won't lie. There's lots of chickens, but it's cutesy. It's good for. I recommend it for children more than adults. I mean, if you're probably hammered or you know it's late on a Friday night or early on a Saturday morning, it could be good. Number 2, and this one is mental. Roundabout. You play Giorgio Manos, a completely mute limo driver who is trying to make it in the limo driving world by using her totally original and one-of-a-kind driving style, which is spinning around in circles. Yeah, at first you've no idea what the hell's going on, but the spinning element just makes it for chaos. It makes traversing the levels almost impossible. It's actually really satisfying when you manage to sort of get the hang of the rhythm and the rotation, and you know, the game throws all these sort of magical extras at you. You can jump and slow down time, and it just makes all the sort of chaos even more enjoyable. It's set in the 70s, I believe, and it's got this great sort of 70s pop culture aesthetic, as well as the cutscenes all being filmed with real actors. And so, I mean, I'm not going to lie, some of the acting isn't fantastic, but there can be funny moments.
Hi, driver? I'm sorry, my car is stuck at the stupid mechanics and my kid is late for school. Can you give her a ride there? Thanks.
Speak, Giorgio, for God's sake. Roundabout, for something completely different and very frustrating. And at number 1, Guts and Glory. It's... oh, I don't know. This is a physics-based sort of assault course thing. It's brutal. It's just... look at that. Basically, you get all sorts of vehicles, include bikes, trailers, you get an ATV, there's a motorbike in there. Sometimes you've got passengers that you try to lose, but you have to get from one end of a course to the other on your said vehicle using some of the weirdest physics mechanics and some of the craziest obstacles I've ever seen. Susan! Where have you gone, Susan? It's actually really good fun. It's completely stupid. It's not one to be taken seriously in any way. You can turn the gore off if it's, again, not your bag, but I like it. It's one of my favourite finds in this whole series so far. It's one of those games that really sort of pushes you to try again when you fail, and you will fail lots and lots of times, whether it's your fault, whether it's something the game's done to you, whether the physics have just gone haywire, or, you know, it could be absolutely anything. This is really a sandbox of potential outcomes, but when you do get that little bit of success, there's a warm fuzzy feeling, because it's so difficult at times. And then you're on to the next bit, and you just hope you're going to get to that next checkpoint so that you don't have to do that bit again, and most of the time this happens. And you got to do it all again. If you like that kind of gameplay, go for it. During research for this video I played a lot of games, and Kitten Squad was one of them. Now the reason it's at the end is because not only is it sponsored and made by Peter, but I was sold a kitten blaster that looked a bit like Smash TV, that looked like an exciting, you know, traverse through robotic enemies and all that sort of stuff, and what I got was something that looked a little bit like Beehive Bedlam from the old Skyboxes, and was solely defeatable by just walking around in circles. All I had to do was walk in circles and fire. Oh, and the sound! Oh, yeah, headache. So, unless you've got an affinity with killer whales and saving endangered animals via badly animated kittens with shite weapons, I really don't recommend this one at all. It's just at the end because I had to mention how poo it was. Everything's the same. It's all rubbish. I don't care. Just no.